feel like we're very group oriented. Like we're not just just for ourselves. Like we don't just play for ourselves. We're more like a big family. So I feel like we want to get everybody involved, and that's what kind of is a big factor of why we're pretty good this year.
When you take a look at the senior class, you've played a lot of minutes. Connor's played a lot of minutes. Will's played a lot of minutes. You guys have helped build this program year in and year out. So now as seniors, what are some of the things you impart to some of these younger guys? Because you are relying on some young guys to step in and play some big roles this season.
I feel like just coming into towards the start of the year, coach was really big with just the senior leadership, and obviously we have a lot of freshmen. So the first thing that he really wanted us to do was just to kind of include them right away, right in the summer. So that's kind of what we did. It's kind of funny. We kind of each picked one of the freshmen that were going to be on varsity right away, and we kind of just took them in as our kid. But it was just that's just a big thing, and just getting them comfortable on the varsity level.
When you talk about practice today and Monday, what are you guys really focusing on? What is Coach really harping on to get you ready for what Homestead presents Friday night?
I think a big thing, well, it's kind of every game, but mostly for this game it's pretty big, is defense. Just kind of locking down their good players. Obviously they have a really good player in Luke Goody. They have a really good guard in Zach Kruger because he just came back, and they have a pretty good post present with Grinsfelder. So I think that's a big factor that he's just harping on us, is the defense.
When you take a look at this matchup, it's the final regular season game, so it's the last tune-up you get before it's win or go home time. How key is it to, obviously you want to win, but how key is it for you guys to play well on Friday night and use this as a tune-up for what you hope is a long run in the 3A state tournament?
Yeah, I just feel like I really like our schedule and having Homestead at the end, because they're a very good test for us every year in, year out. But just playing Homestead the last year, not the last game of the year, I feel like we'll go in there, get tested, and it'll just get us really prepared for the postseason.
Obviously, there are a lot of fans from Ossian that'll be heading up. There's a lot of fans from the Homestead area that'll be there. It's going to be our highlight zone game of the week. It's a showcase for Norwell. How much do you kind of relish that opportunity to show people who haven't seen you guys or haven't paid enough attention to you guys this season about what this Norwell team is all about?
I feel like obviously just being from a small country school, some people don't really know about us, and some people don't really care about us that much. But I feel like just going up to Homestead and just going up there and competing with all them and showing them kind of what we have, we just got to prove that we're where we belong and why we have our record.
I think we've got a great group of guys. We're pretty well spread out. We got a lot of shooters, and we got some guys that can really handle it down inside, and I think that makes us pretty even and pretty tough to defend.
Tell me about the senior class. You and Connor and Drew have kind of kept building and building every single year to the point where you're a state championship contender. So what are some of the things that stick out to you about this senior class and that you've tried to impart? Because you've had to rely on some younger guys this season to have the success that you've had.
Yeah. First thing that comes to mind is just the leadership that myself and the two other seniors have. Coach really pounded that into us at the beginning of the season, and it's kind of made it a staple of our team. Just trying to lead and be the best example we can for the younger guys, and just teach them and just share the experience that we have.
All right, so big game this coming Friday. What is Coach trying to pound into you guys and really stress this week leading up to the Homestead game to counter what the Spartans do well on the basketball court?
I would just have to be good defensively. We're working on guarding their guys. They've got a really good team. We got some shooters, and really working on that defensively, just watching ball screens and making sure we got a hand up in shooters, and just trying to play our game too as well.
How much do you look forward to a game like this? Because this is, final regular season game. This is a really good team. It's on the road. This is a good, obviously you want to win, but it's also a good prep game for getting ready for the state tournament the next week. So how do you view a game like this, knowing that, okay, man, this is a really good barometer of where we're at in the season?
It's great because it's going to be a great test for the end of our season. Like you said, we got sectionals coming up, so it's going to be a great game. Just not only playing against a good team, but just showing what we need to work on before we go into the tournament, and I think that's going to be pretty big.
Going to be a big crowd. Norwell dates back to the NHC days of the Norwell-Homestead rivalry. Also, it's going to be our highlight zone game of the week. Just a lot of eyeballs are going to be on this game. How much do you look forward to that? Because it's kind of a chance for you guys to show Northeast Indiana kind of what kind of basketball team you are when all those eyeballs are kind of watching you for it doesn't happen every single Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere, I feel like, and it's going to be a big game. I think last time that we beat Homestead or went up there and beat them was like 2010, so we're definitely hungry, and I know it's going to be a big game. I've talked to a lot of fans, and they're all going to make the trip up, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
All right. What are you most looking forward to about Friday's game?
Oh, man. I guess just the chance to show everybody that how skilled we are as a team, and that we can play with the bigger schools, and that we've earned it. So.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I'd like to say hello to my mom, Kristen Geiger, and my dad, so Chris Geiger.
Yeah, you can't leave out Dad.
No, definitely can't.
As this Norwell team goes, 20-1 on the season. You guys have clinched an NEA title, playing great basketball, top 5 in the state in the rankings. What is it about this Norwell team that's allowed you to have the success that you've seen so far throughout the season?
Well, we've got 3 senior leaders. We've had great leadership from our seniors, Will Geiger, Connor Torson, Drew Federspiel. They've just done a great job. Kind of been in the program for 4 years now and understanding what we want, and they've done a fantastic job of that. And then I think Eli Riley really has helped a lot in that area as well, a junior that was a varsity player last year as a sophomore. So 4 starters basically back from last year's team, and having that back has just given us a lot of experience and allowed us to, be able to concentrate and focus on a lot of things that we want to do, and we've been able to do those things well.
You could hold that down just a little. Perfect. Homestead obviously has a lot of talent across the board. What are some of the things that you guys are focusing on and stressing to your players this week that are going to be key on Friday night?
Well, I think the big thing with Homestead is they just they've got so much talent. Luke Goody obviously was the first place you're going to start. He's just a very difficult matchup at 6'6". He can play on the perimeter and drive it, and shoots the 3 well. He's good on the boards. And then you've got, Kruger. Zach Kruger's back now. That presents a real challenge. He's just a really good point guard, kind of makes them go. And I know that's impacted them a little bit this year, not having him for a while. I know he was out for a little while, but now with him back, it really helps them. Alec Grinsfielder inside's very good. Down low, good on the boards. And then Grant Simmons, Grant Simmons and then Andrew Leeper, both. Long, lanky, athletic kids, shoot the ball well. And then Jake Archibald, just a great athlete. And then they got some guys off the bench that shoot it well. Rowdenbush and Quinn Harmon. And they just got a nice team. They got a lot of nice mix. They're real long. So we got to really value the basketball, take care of it, make sure we get good shots. And then we're going to have to be really good defensively and make sure that we get our defensive rebound the basketball.
Final game of the regular season, one of the toughest teams that you've played so far this year. So how important is it that you play well and that you use this, obviously you want to win, but also use this as a tune-up to get ready for some of the tougher teams that you hope to see, in a long postseason run? Yeah, well,
first of all, it's going to be a great atmosphere up at Homestead. That's going to be a real tournament-type atmosphere for us to play in. And then I just think that, it's a situation where we've got to prepare well. We've got to be focused on what we're doing. And, it's going to be a possession-by-possession type of game where it's going to be tight throughout. And that comes down to being able to execute what you want to do offensively. And then it comes down to being able to get stops defensively. So it's just a great matchup for us to play a team that's as good as they are, with as good of history as what they have. So to have that opportunity right here before the tournament starts is just really benefit to our kids. But we'll be ready to go. Our kids will come up. We'll get up there Friday night. We'll be ready to play, and we're looking forward to the opportunity. It's going to be a tremendous challenge, but we're certainly excited about it.
I know it's early in the week, but it's going to be our Highlight Zone game of the week. We finally get a chance to get Norwell on this season. Do you feel like your guys are looking forward to a chance to get some eyeballs on them and to prove what they've been able to do throughout the season against a team that in Homestead that they're kind of on the highlights all the time?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just think our guys are going to be focused on what we have to do. That's what's been really good about this team, is they've just tried to stay focused on what we need to do night in, night out. And like I said, we got a game plan. We'll try to stick to it as much as possible and execute it as well as we can. But our guys are going to be ready to go. They're looking forward to the opportunity. We know that these guys are good. We know they're very talented. We know they're going to compete hard, and they're going to give us everything that we could ever want, and we're going to plan to do the same thing. We're going to go at them and see what happens, but we're looking forward to the opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the media and the fans, and I think it'll be real good for each team as they get ready to head into the tournament.